because we see a lot of the people that come in on a basis. You definitely want to become a member of OneUp Marketing by visiting www.oneupmarketing.com/overview. Again, that's www. Well, I added another W there. OneUpMarketing.com/overview. You can find out everything about OneUp Marketing, the tools, the trainings. All of our webinars are recorded there as well. So you will get every single webinar that we've started since the beginning of OneUp that is actually recorded in our back office. For those of you that are new to our webinars here, we only do these live for the public, and that's it. After that, all of these webinars are archived only for OneUp Marketing members. I get a significant amount of text messages and Facebook inbox messages on a regular basis of people that are looking for the recording, and we do not provide the recording for the public. So if you want the recording for all of our webinars, including the super duper 3-hour crazy nugget filled training that Dagan Smith did last week on our webinar, you definitely want to become a member of OneUp so you can access all of that as well as all of the previous recordings. For those of you that are on the webinar right now, how many of you were on last week's webinar with Dagan Smith that you really got some serious value? How many of you were on the webinar? Just go ahead and type it in the box if you were on the webinar last week with Dagan Smith and really picked up some juice from that webinar. Wow, there's a bunch of you. Awesome. Very good. Got people saying I was there for the whole 3 hours. Absolutely. Well, there was some crazy nuggets, and we all know how Dagan gets started, and he's all about value. So tonight, we're going to take it one step further. And is that you, Sam, or is that you, Kenny? It's probably Sam in the background.
No, that was me. That was me, sorry.
Oh, that's you? Oh, okay. All right. I'm about to say, Kenny, you know about it. I got a background notes. You know I get distracted real quick. All right, cool. All right, so this week, we're really excited. Every single week, we bring you value. But I'll tell you what, a lot of you know that we've been working in the background doing some amazing things when it comes down to traffic. And a few days ago, I put a post up on my Facebook wall. Okay, I put a post up on my Facebook wall. Hey, Kimmy, do you have the controls, or did you already pass them to Sam already?
No, I still have the controls.
You know what? Go to my Facebook wall here really quickly. I wanna pull up something here real quick, and I wanna show it to everyone. So a few days ago, you know, I posed a question to everyone out there in internet land regarding what they were actually looking for. And some of you are friends of mine on Facebook, and some of you are not. But I want to kind of give you the overwhelming response so you can kind of see this with your own eyes of what people are actually looking for and what people really want in the network marketing space, in the internet marketing space, and what's going to make their life so much easier. Can you scroll down to that post that I put up? Let's see here.
Let's see.
A couple of days ago. Where is that post?
That's weird.
Did Facebook stop you?
No, that's weird. I can't find it. It should have been here yesterday, from yesterday.
No, it's not from yesterday. It's actually from 2 days ago.
Okay, so it's down a ways. Let's see.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go.
A little bit more. I see here. All right, here we go. Hold on. I think. Okay, great. All right, click. All right, so right here I put this post up, and it says, in the marketplace of network marketing and internet marketing, you must learn how to find out what it is the marketplace wants. So with that in mind, I have a question for all of my networkers and internet marketers. What is it that you want in the program? Leads, systems, leadership, push button marketing, etc. Don't be shy on this post. I'm just curious to what everyone in our space is thinking these days. Whatever it is that you want or whatever you think will make your experience better, voice it below. Okay, so let's look at some of the responses. Cornell says leads and marketing. Lori says leadership and systems. I'm not sure what order. David says they want the pain and struggle of their life eased without the anxiety of having to do it themselves. Ben says a system would be great, but even more important is to market something that's true and honest. Brandon says I've seen some great leadership. However, I think that people need to see more fast results. Derek says still learning for me. Leadership is key. A system with volume and traffic. Kimberly says clarity. Elaine said a lot. Austin said, let's see here, more competent, linear, efficient systems, traffic, leads, and conversions. Let's see here. Austin said a portion of the system that explains how to effectively run a business, legal matters, all that good stuff. Noble says systems and leadership. Gary says leadership, but let's see here. The marketing of the program and the system leads are a key element. Mike Grady, systems to make their life simpler and better. Eddie says being able to have fresh targeted leads. Mark Saunders says keeping new people coming through the pipeline. Denise says great leadership. Demiso says solid system-based tool. Jenny says we've got great leadership, so we need systems and leads. Jenny says a system that duplicates. You know, so I don't know if you've noticed, but it's really systems and leads, systems and leads, systems and leads, systems and leads. This is really what so many people out there want. Now, I sent out an email earlier today that basically told people that if you don't have leads, you really don't have a business. You know, and if you want to really, really, really take your business to the next level, you need leads. You need leads, but you need quality leads, and you need leads from people that know exactly what they're doing. So on tonight's webinar, we're actually bringing out our in-house traffic lead generator. And I met this gentleman a few years back at a seminar. I don't even remember which one it was, which is so much the reason why I tell everybody, you need to go to every event because you don't know which one is going to change your life. That's why you go to all of them. And you don't know what relationship is going to change everything in your life, whether it be in 10 days, 10 months, 30 days, 6 days, or 2 or 3 years. You don't know who you're going to meet in the audience. You just don't have a clue. Well, this gentleman is one of the go-to guys for traffic and lead generation out there. But unlike a lot of other people, he doesn't really put his face out on the forefront a lot. He does different trainings and webinars and seminars, and he does speaking as well. But he's not on the forefront as so many other people are. You know, he more so is that guy that people just pay him and he does the traffic for them, and he doesn't necessarily need the limelight, so to speak. But he's a very, very humble gentleman, someone who's mastered traffic over the past few years. He's a monster when it comes down to Facebook pay-per-click. He's a monster when it comes down to pay-per-view, which a lot of you don't even know what pay-per-view is. He's a monster at some underground techniques, which, you know, I know he did some things with Alex Mendoza and, you know, the whole superhero thing that he's on right now, which is amazing. I saw your headshot there, Sam, and I clicked on that link and went through that training. That was pretty crazy stuff. But he is one of these guys that understands systems like nobody's business, and he also knows how to spy. And he knows how to see exactly where leads are coming in different places and knows how to ride that traffic. So one thing I'm going to tell all of you tonight is to cut off anything that could be distracting you, okay, and eliminate anything that could throw you off. Anything that could throw you off right now. And listen to my man Sam Bell, who is our in-house traffic specialist, as he's going to break down some things to you about traffic, as well as talk to you a little bit about some things that we're doing with some co-op opportunities and show you how to get some leads for pennies a click and, you know, show you how to participate in a very, very huge co-op opportunity as well that we're implementing inside of OneUP. And one of the things that we do is if we're going to do anything from the lead side of the world, we're not going to do it with someone that's trying or someone that's testing or someone that's wondering. We're only going to do it with the best of the best. So with that being said, everyone pay close attention to the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind a lot of people, Mr. Sam Bell. Take it away, my brother.
Awesome, awesome, man. I appreciate your intro and folks. I'm really excited to share with you today. You know, Cedric and Kenny kind of kept me behind the scenes there. We were working together, putting some awesome things together for you guys. So we're actually going to go through a lot of those strategies this evening, and I'm going to share with you some techniques and tactics that you can implement, as well as pull back the curtain and share what Kenny and Cedric and I have been working on, and the great opportunities that it presents to you for your business to generate leads and traffic. So, with that said, take out your pen and paper. I'm going to cover a lot of information in a short period of time, and once I finish going through the training, I'll be more than happy to sit around and answer any questions you have. So if you have questions as I'm going through this stuff, feel free to go ahead and type them into the question box, and Kenny or Cedric, either one, if you don't mind, just kind of like having those questions ready, and then when we get to the Q&A at the end, I'll go through and I'll answer everybody's questions. Make sure that you have total clarity on how to go out there and implement this stuff and blow your business up. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop right into this. This is this is me as Batman. So that's the superhero thing that Cedric was talking about. But we got a lot of cool stuff for you guys here today. So I'm just curious here, how many people right now on this call? I can see we got quite a few people here, but how many people on this call are actively running traffic, cold traffic to generate leads for themselves? Just type in the box yes, yes, no, just so I know, who's actively out there making this stuff happen right now. I'm just curious who is running traffic, specifically Facebook traffic right now. What's the feedback we got here? Let's see.
Do you have access to it there, Sam?
No, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Hold on here a second. Let me change that real quick. There, you should have access now. You should be able to click on.
I see it now.
Oh, cool.
Okay, excellent. So a few of you guys are out there actively doing it. Al, Daryl, Johnny, Kirk, Yvette, Ralph. Excellent. Facebook did not approve my OneUP ad. Don't worry, Brandon. I'm going to talk about that and how to make that happen for you guys. Okay, great. So some of you guys are out there actively taking action. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that we're doing. Talk about a little bit how we set up our campaigns, how we do it, so that way you can also get some results. So you can see here, these are some campaigns that we are actively running right now for OneUp, and you can see, our average cost per click here on some of these campaigns. And then I'm also going to break down, how you can actually get your ads approved if some of your ads are getting denied, because you probably know, for those of you who have run ads, if you're running anything in the MLM space or business opportunity space, it can be a little challenging. And we are going to cover. Someone says this is focused on Facebook. It is going to focus around Facebook today. However, if we have some time, I'll jump into a few other traffic strategies as well. But for now, we'll talk specifically about Facebook, because a lot of you are actively using that platform. And I recommend, especially if you're just getting started with cold traffic, it's probably the simplest and most user-friendly platform to get started with. All right. So with that said, let's kind of just jump right into it. So I wanted to start just by showing you, some of the results here, and so you can see here that we push a ton of traffic, and these aren't old campaigns. These are campaigns that are not even 2 weeks old. Some of them we just started the other day, as you can see here. And I'll break down exactly how we have them set up and how you want to actually think about traffic. So when we first launched some of the campaigns, we ran into the same issue that some of you guys typed in here, that your ads got denied. And I'm a transparent guy. I believe in sharing what works as well as what doesn't work and what we have issues with, so that way you can actually overcome those challenges, right? So I'll share with you some of the ads that we ran. Initially, we ran some ads that talked specifically about how you can actually prosper and make money online. Facebook didn't like that, so we had to think about a strategy of how we can circumvent and still get our ads in front of people without getting our ads denied. And we applied two different strategies. So I'm going to share the first strategy, and then I'll share the second strategy as well. All right. So basically, what we did, I said, okay, Facebook doesn't like us sending people straight to a squeeze page talking about a money making opportunity. I get that. So how can we still get the quality traffic, cheap traffic from Facebook and still be able to get our offer in front of people? And sometimes you got to think outside the box, people. You got to think outside the box to become successful. You know, there's no excuse for not going out there and implementing and making things happen because your ad got denied or you got slapped. It doesn't matter. This is all part of the game, right? So have to you have to figure out ways to get around stuff. So a while back, I had actually purchased a little WordPress plugin, a little simple plugin that allowed me basically to send people from Facebook to other people's content. And in this particular case, we chose an article that I found on Entrepreneur Magazine that seemed that would resonate. Okay, and it was actually called the 10 Online Marketing Predictions of Online Entrepreneurs. So basically, what we did is we set up ads that focus pretty much around the content. So we use content-based marketing in order to still get our message in front of people. So I'll go through exactly how we did this, the targeting, etc. But I'll just show you for demonstration purposes so you can see what this would look like. So people will see these ads and basically they will click on our ads. So what happens is when you click here, it's going to take you to an article on Entrepreneur Magazine, and it's content-based marketing. So Facebook approved it, no problem at all. But you'll notice here in the URL that this is News Daily Journal, and this is actually what this little script does. Basically, we're able to send people the content, let them consume the content, but if they try to leave the site before they left, we would basically display our landing page that we initially got denied. And we were able to drive traffic and leads using this strategy. So even though we got denied initially, we figured out a way around it. So it's a very good method. There's a few different scripts out there. The one that we're using for this strategy is actually called Trust Tracker. So basically, you can go out, find real cool news articles, things like that on the internet that you can actually send people to. So that way, it's providing value. Someone comes here, they can read, all about the 10 new online marketing predictions. Is catchy. It has a hook. It provides value, and we're able to still build the list. All right. So this is a software program. I think it was probably like $20 or $30. We bought it off of JV Zoo. So that was the first strategy. The second strategy was basically instead of sending people directly off Facebook, to send them to a Facebook tab on the OneUP marketing page, Facebook page. So head over here and I'll show you what that looks like as well. And then once I show you these landing pages, then we'll actually go dig in a little bit further into the actual campaigns themselves. All right, let's sit here. And I'm logged in, so I'm actually going to have to pull this up in another browser for you guys to see here. All right. So basically, we just put a tab on our Facebook page, and you can easily do this. It's a free tool out there called woobox.com, and basically you can put any URL you want to, and it'll show up in a tab. The only caveat is that it has to be a secure URL, so HTTPS. But outside of that, so people are still on Facebook, we can drive them from our ads right to our tab, and we were able to get these approved as well. So if you got denied or you had some challenges, these are two effective strategies that you can use to circumvent circumvent some of the issues that Facebook may be giving you with denying your ads. All right, so good stuff there. So now let's actually talk about the ads themselves, and let's kind of dive into how we set up these ads, how we structure them, etc. Now, you can see here that this ad that I'm showing you right here is a newsfeed ad targeting the desktop. So I'm just curious, how many people here on the call are familiar with dark posts, how to set those dark posts up in Facebook successfully? And if you're not familiar with a dark post is, basically instead of you making a post on your page for everyone to see, you make a dark post where it's not visible to all the fans on your wall, but yet still you can market it. You can still market those posts using Facebook. Okay, a couple people are, some of them aren't. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar with dark posts, in order to set this up, you're going to need to use the Power Editor. Okay, and the Power Editor is a plugin that only works with Google Chrome. So if you don't have Google Chrome, you would want to download Google Chrome in order to use the Power Editor. All right, and it's free, simple to use. But basically, you'll go to your Ads Manager and you'll see it right here. All right. Now I already opened it up so that way I can go through this here. So basically, first time you open the Power Editor, you want to click here where it says download to the Power Editor. I already recently updated this before we started the call because sometimes it can take a long time, especially if you have a lot of ads and we create a lot of different ads to test. So you will want to do that. That's the first step. The next step is to go to Manage Pages here. All right. And you can see we have a lot of pages that we manage. And I'm going to go to OneUp. So these are all dark posts. So these are posts that we can use for marketing, but they do not show up on our page. All right. So basically, you will come here and you have to create your post before you create your ad. All right. Now, the type of posts that we use are called link posts. And basically, what link post enables to do is to use, full size images, so 540, I believe, 540 by 269 images that show up, but they're clickable. And I'll show you here. And these are some different ones that we tested now. You can see we create ads every day and lots of them. You can see the dates here. So these are ones that we're working on today. But basically, you're just going to click here where it says create a post, and this is a link post. So you're going to put your URL. So this is the destination URL where you're going to send all the traffic to. Okay? And then the next thing you're going to do is put in your post text. Now, when we put in post text, I always put a URL in the post text as well, because what we found is that people will actually click on the link in the text in addition to clicking on the image. Okay, and sometimes we may get a higher click-through rate there. So if you'll notice, I actually have a URL here in addition to this actually being hyperlinked. So if someone sees this, they can either click on the link here, or they can actually click on the image, and it will take them to our page, to our landing page. Right here. All right. The next thing, and this is a call to action button, and we've been testing these, and we've noticed that we've gotten a bump in our click-through rates. And basically, this just adds a learn more or sign up now button to the actual newsfeed. Now, notice that it's not here. We didn't put it on this ad, but basically, you'll see a little button that says learn more. It actually helps with your CTR, okay? And if you know anything about Facebook marketing, click-through rate is what's really going to allow you to get cheap clicks. If you got a crappy click-through rate, your costs are going to skyrocket. If you have a good click-through rate, then you'll reduce your overall cost per click. All right. The next thing is the link headline. This is also important. This is what people see here. All right. Are you an internet entrepreneur? That's what this link headline is. Now, if I'm going to run this in the right-hand column, this will also show up. Now, here's a little trick. If you create ads from the Power Editor, you're going to get a lot more space that you can use, a lot more real estate. So you can actually create a longer headline that will actually show up on the right-hand column than if you were to create it in the regular ad interface. So you get a little bit more real estate, so you can come up with longer headlines. All right. The next thing is the display link. Okay, and this is the display link right here. Okay. So right here it says 2014 predictions. That's what that is. And then you also get room for a description. Okay. So we got our URL where we're going to send it. We got our post text. We got our link headline, our display link, and our description. And this is what we consider the description right here. And last but not least, of course, we have our image, and you can upload pretty much any image. And we test a lot of different images. And what I found, just a few tips for you guys, is that images with people work the best. Okay, I don't mean stock images. I mean images with people, real people, and we test a lot of different things to see what works best. But we found images with people connect the best. All right. So then basically, after we put in all this information, we'll click on create post, and then it'll create what we call a dark post. So now this is a post that we can use in our advertising. Now, also you'll notice here that you have photo posts, video posts. So if you want to create video ads, okay, where you can actually have people watch the video right on Facebook, this is where you will also do that. So if you have a call to action video that you want to run Facebook traffic to, you can upload it here. You can select the image to overlay, and the same thing. You get your title, which will be your headline, and you get post text. All right. So, excellent. And you can check here. This post will only be used as an ad. Awesome. So the end result is now that you actually have a ad that you can run, and you can take a look here and see how it looks, whether it's in the news feed or what it'll look like if it's going to show up on the right-hand column. All right. So now we're going to dig a little bit into how we actually structure structure our ads, and a lot of it really comes down to targeting, knowing your target market, knowing who will be interested in what it is that you have to offer. All right. So let's switch back here. Let's make sure I'm on the same one. 9. All right. Awesome. All right, here we go. So now that we've done that, now that we've created our post, now we want to actually go through and create our ads. Now these are ads that we already have active right now. Okay. So the first thing I would do is create a new campaign. So I'm actually going to walk through this process here just so you can see exactly what it looks like. And then I'll also discuss with you, how we actually test things, how we take an approach to our bidding strategy as well. And again, understand that there is no right or wrong answer. There's so many different ways to run Facebook ads, so many different strategies. At the end of the day, you have to find out what works best for you. And through a lot of testing and managing a lot of different campaigns, we found out what works best for us when we initially launch a campaign, and then what we need to do in order to scale that campaign. All right. So first thing we're going to do here, give this campaign a new name. We're going to call this OneUP Marketing Test 1. All right. I'm going to set a small daily budget of $5, and I'll explain why here shortly that we're going to do that. And I'm going to check here, run my campaign continuously from the start date. All right. So we have that. So now we're going to go over here to ads. And let's see here, where is my, I want to make sure that I'm using the new one here that I just created. I don't think it took it. Let's try it again. Let's see, create campaign, OUM, test 226. All right, here we go. We got both of them there. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna clear some of the other stuff out so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay. All right, so OUM test 1, $5 daily budget. I'm gonna go to ads, and I'm gonna click on create an ad. Now, when you create an ad, and I'm just going to show you our naming scheme. So we actually give the ad the same name that we do the campaign. And the reason being is some people will say, you want to test a lot of different ads. Our strategy is we only put one ad per campaign. Now, this strategy will change simply because Facebook has just rolled out a new ad structure that is very similar to AdWords. So we're going to have to do another training, and I'm going to come back on here and I'm going to go over that new interface with you guys. But for now, until that's rolled out, this is how we do it. And then we set an objective, okay? So we name the ad, we're going to set an objective. Now, you can either set your objective for clicks to website or website conversions, all right? It just depends. If the sole purpose is to drive as many clicks as possible, obviously you will want to choose click to websites. If you want Facebook to optimize for conversions, meaning that you want to focus on trying to get as many leads or sales, whatever the case may be, then you would want to check for select website conversions. In this case, I'm just going to say click the website. Next thing is I'm going to keep this selected page posting to your website. So I'm going to choose our page. Here. You can see some of our posts. Actually, I think there's one other one. I think it's actually OneUP. There we go, OneUP. And then now you can see all of our dark posts. That's what that little moon means. All right, so this is the image that we uploaded. The next thing, we're going to track conversions. Now, we already set up conversion tracking. If you haven't done that, if you're familiar with conversion tracking, in order for you to successfully test, see what's getting results, especially if you chose website conversions, you want to have conversion tracking. In this case, we are measuring, not only what our cost per click is, but also how the ads are performing. Okay, so we created a conversion tracking pixel to track leads. So that means every time someone opts in and hits our thank you page, it's going to fire a pixel which tells Facebook, hey, this ad triggered a successful conversion, as well as we're also tracking sales. All right. If you have not created that, then you can actually create those first in the traditional ad editor by coming here over to conversion tracking and create a conversion pixel. In this case, it's already done, so we're just going to select it. The next thing, and also one of the biggest mistakes that most people make with their Facebook ads, is that they do not separate their desktop traffic from their mobile traffic, and that is a big no-no. So if you are running Facebook ads right now and you are not separating this, then this is something you want to go into your campaigns and update, okay? Because you want to separate your mobile from your desktop. So in this case, I'm going to choose newsfeed desktop only. All right, newsfeed desktop only. All right. The next thing, and this is probably one of the most important things, is your targeting. All right. Now, if you know your demographic already, then you should have a pretty good idea of who you want to be targeted, who you want to target as a, whether you want to do a custom audience or you want to do a precise interest. And I'll explain to you what those are here shortly. First, we'll start with custom audiences. One of the cool things about Facebook is that they allow you to upload your customer database. So let's say if you built an email list of 10,000 people and you want to target those people on Facebook, you can actually upload that email database to Facebook. Facebook will cross-reference all of the email addresses that you upload, and then they will create a custom audience that you can then market to those people. In addition to that, they will also allow you to create what we call a lookalike audience, where you can create, where Facebook will actually look at that database that you uploaded, and they'll look at a lot of different factors. So, some of the demographic, psychographic, income, all these different data points, and then they will create an additional list of people that you can target based on the email database that you already uploaded. So, very cool stuff. You can't do that anywhere else outside of Facebook. Google is starting to do something very, a little similar, but it's still nowhere near what Facebook is. In this particular case, though, we're not going to start with custom audiences because my goal is I want as much traffic and I want as big an audience as possible, especially considering the bidding strategy that we're going to use here. Okay, so so we're going to skip custom audiences. The next thing is where you target it. Okay, now depending on what it is that you're marketing, if you have the ability to market all over the world, then definitely leverage this. But even if you're only targeting, again, even if you're only targeting the United States, I still add additional third world countries to the locations that I'm targeting. Now, y'all know you may say, well, why would you do that? Now, you only want to get, people in the United States. Why would you do that? Well, the short and simple answer is it reduces our overall cost. If you're only targeting top tier countries, you're going to pay premium prices for your traffic. But when you add additional countries, you can still reduce your cost and still have the majority of traffic come from the United States. And the reason being is that we target other countries that also have very small populations. All right. So in that case, we would target Canada. So because OneUP Marketing works with people all over the world, all English-speaking countries, we can target multiple countries. So I would do Canada, United States, I would do Australia. Now these are top tier right now, and then we'll jump into United Kingdom, that's top tier. But then we'll throw some other countries in there like Monaco. Well, Monaco is a country, but it's a very small country, and they're very, very affluent. A lot of people not hanging out there looking for marketing strategies on Facebook. However, it helps reduce our overall cost. So I'm going to incorporate that. Vatican. Okay, Vatican City. It is a country. Okay, within Italy, it's its own country unto itself. Very small population. You're not going to get a lot of clicks from there. All right. I think it's another one called Seychelles. I can never get this one right, but that's it right there, Seychelles. It's another small country as well. So you can see now I have a target of around 168 million people. Age range, generally, if it's a product that I'm looking for people with money, I'll generally start my age range at 25 minimum. Because generally, for people who are in college or younger, they generally don't have a lot of money. That's not always the case. However, I want to target people who I know will probably have a high probability of buying whatever it is that I'm selling. Okay? Now, the next thing, you can break down demographics. You can do men and women. If I had a particular offer that had a broader appeal to women versus men, then I would choose that. In this case, OneUp is applicable to everyone, so I'm not gonna break that down. You can also do more demographics. You can do relationship status, education level, etc. Again, not necessary. Now, interest. This is very important. So who are we going to target with our interests? So considering that OneUp Marketing was designed for people who are in direct response marketing, I'm going to target those interests. And I want a big group of people. When I say a big group of people, I'm looking to have an audience size of at least 2 million or better. Okay, so I'm going to keep typing in base until I can get that. All right, so in this case, we'll type in, let's see, home business. Let's see what we can get anything here. All right, we have home business. Who is interest likes the home business? Let's try multi-level marketing. 7 million people. All right, and now we can even get granular. So if you want to target, other companies, so let's say buy salads. If you know the name of companies that have people who could use these services, then I want to target those people as well. If we want to target organo, I think it's oregano gold, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not the best spelling people, so don't rag on me too bad. All right, it's not coming up. Let's see, another big one. Let's see, who was another big MLM company that we could talk about. Any suggestions, Kenny, that come to mind off the top of your head? Said,
Yeah, probably like let's see, other companies. There would be like Organic Gold. You could do World Ventures would be another one, which is a travel company. There is let me think about some that are online.
there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's also Empower Network you could do, which is going to have quite a few.
Yeah, I think they come in that. Melaleuca, that's a good one. Awesome, guys. All right. So,
Herbalife would be a big one.
Herbalife is definitely a big one. 8 million people there. All right. So, I'm going to take out the home business because I almost want to kind of get this to get some ideas here. But we got Mary Kay here with the Target. Got Amway here. They got a few different ones, but we have enough to start with. So between these interests, we have 3.8 million people who live in these countries over the age of 25 that we can now target, that we can now use as the precise interest. All right. So the next thing is our bidding process. Now, the reason that we set a low daily budget is because we're going to use OCPM to start out with. And the reason I use this initially is because sometimes what I notice is when you start with a smaller budget and you just bid CPC, you don't get enough impressions to even get clicks. So by bidding OCPM, I'm basically telling Facebook that I'm willing to pay per impression just show my ads. Now, I'm also going to share with you another tip that I found out the hard way is that when you're getting ready to launch your campaigns, do not launch your campaigns late at night. Meaning that do not launch them between the hours of 7 o'clock to 12 a.m. I will set it to launch the next day. All right. So for these ads, this ad here, I wouldn't upload this and have it launched. So what I would do is go back to my campaign here, and I'm going to say launch this on the 27th and do it at 12 a.m. And the reason being is that what I found is that if I start my campaign and Facebook approve it tonight, they're going to show my ad as much as possible to blow through that $5 budget. Whereas if I started at 12 a.m., they have to spread my ad budget of $5 out that whole day. Okay, so big tip there. You know, start it for the following day, or if it's early in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm okay with launching ads during that time. But after 7 o'clock, really after 6 o'clock East Coast time, don't do it. All right, you want to launch either before then or 12 a.m. the following day. So, all right, so let's just go back through this here. So we have our audience, we have our creative here, we have our conversion tracking, everything looks good. Excellent. So now all we gotta do is just upload this, and boom. So now this ad is waiting to be approved. And once it's approved, we're gonna start serving up, and we're just gonna monitor it. Now, when I launch these ads initially, we monitor to see exactly if we're getting clicks. And if I see that I'm getting a lot of impressions but no clicks, then that means I have a bad image, and I'll scrap it and I'll go back to the drawing board. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of people really don't succeed, because people launch a few campaigns and they don't work, and they just, they say, hey, this stuff doesn't work. You have to launch a ton of campaigns, a ton. Okay, you can see here recently uploaded just over the past 2 days, we did 61, different campaigns, and we'll keep doing this because we'll find the winners and we'll kill the losers. So the thing is to find the winners fast and kill the losers fast. Now, the reason I start with OCPM, like I said before, is because I want to make sure that I get impressions, but also I'll find out which ads get the best CTR. And when I find out the ads that perform the best, then I'll go duplicate that campaign, and then I'll bid CPC based on what my historical cost per click was when I was bidding OCPM. So there's a logic and process to doing it this way. All right. And guys, if you have questions, I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock. Start typing your questions in. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper here because that's just kind of the first step. There's a lot more that goes into this in terms of tracking, split testing your landing pages, seeing what's performing, what's not performing. For sake of time, we don't unfortunately have the time to go into all of this, but I would like to also share with you one of the strategies that you want to couple with Facebook to make it even more powerful. Now, one of the new features here, and I'm going to see if they'll allow us to do it here. We talked about custom audiences earlier. You can see we have a lot of custom audiences. We have some lookalike audiences. Let's see if they're allowed to do it. Okay, they haven't enabled it yet, but Facebook just came out with another feature where basically you can do a website audience targeting, basically meaning for all the people who go to your website just from them landing on your page. Facebook basically drops a pixel. It's basically retargeting in a sense, but you can actually do it within Facebook's platform. Let me go to one of my other accounts that I have, and I really want you guys to see how this works. Let's see if they have it enabled here. No, they don't have it enabled. I think they cut it off. They showed it for a little bit, then they took it back. So it sucks. But anyway, basically, you were able to get a piece of code that you put on your landing page. So now that everyone that comes to that page, you can now, if they don't convert or take a specific action, if they don't opt in, then you can basically continue to show your ads to them all throughout Facebook. Now, previously, people used a retargeting platform called Perfect Audience for this, and we still leverage that as well because you want to be able to show banner ads, you want to be able to show newsfeed ads, you want to be able to show right column ads. So, very, very, very important strategy. Now, once this ad gets approved, what I will do, I would also come back and I would create a right column version as well. So if someone sees this ad, they'll see the newsfeed version and they'll see the right column version. So it just increases the probability for a click through to get someone to my page directly from Facebook. All right. So awesome. Are you guys getting this stuff? I know that I'm going kind of fast. I'm covering a lot of information, but I want to make sure that you guys are getting it. You understand exactly what's going on, and you really understand the power of leveraging Facebook to be able to go and hit your target market, get your message right in front of them, and drive targeted traffic for dirt cheap clicks. All right. So if you're getting this, just type yes, I got it, I'm getting it. And if you have questions, go ahead and start posting those in to the Q&A box as well. Because I'm gonna come back here and make sure that I answer any questions that you guys have. Yes, this is also being recorded. However, you have to be a member of OneUp in order to get the recordings. So we only do this live for the public, and the recordings are enabled for everyone that's in OneUp. So one of the other things that I want to cover, I did talk about custom audiences. Since we have some time here while you guys are typing in your questions, I'm going to go through that, and then I'll also share with you a few strategies to build custom audiences. Now, initially, I shared with you that you have to have a list that you can upload in order to create your audiences. Okay. Well, what if you don't have an email list? Okay. Well, if you don't have an email list, there are a lot of tools out there that allow you to scrape lists directly from Facebook. All right. So I will show you. There's a lot of different tools out there, a lot of different scripts. This is one that I'm using called Audience Maker. And basically what this allows me to do is search groups and pages and to extract the Facebook user IDs of those people. Okay, so uh, what's a good group that would be a target for OneUp that someone in the audience belongs to? Just give me a group that you may belong to that has a good amount of people in it that you feel as though would be a good target to market OneUp products and services to. Just type it in here, and we'll do a search for it. Pure leverage. Pure leverage. Okay, good one. Let's see here. Pure leverage. Let's see what we find. A lot of pure leverage groups. So they only have 25 members, 73 members, 638 members. Let's see if we can find an official group that actually has a good amount of people in there. Because we don't want little small groups. We want to get as many as we can here. 15. So a lot of knockoff pure leverage groups. I am global. Let's try that one. Let's see what we find here. I am global. I am global. Team. Nope. Global success. This one is 478. I believe these are closed, so we can't target these. All right. So we'll just do this just for example purposes. All right. So here's one that has 478 members, right? So essentially what we can do is export these members, send them to my desktop in a CSV file. I'm just going to open this up with a notepad. And you can see here, these right here are all of their Facebook IDs, okay? So now, if I wanted, now I can take this list here, you can come over here to audiences, create audience, we're going to do data file, custom audience, we're going to do user IDs, we'll call this I am global, global list. Just choose the file that we just downloaded. We'll do all files. We'll grab that. Click on create audience. Boom. So now we just uploaded a list of people that we can now use in Target, right? Now that I have this list, if I wanted to, you can actually do, let's see here, you can actually do and create a lookalike audience. I'm not sure if it says it's ready, but I'm not sure because it's showing less than 20 people. So I'm not sure if that's active or not. But essentially what we can do is create a lookalike list, and then that will expand the group of people that we can actually go out and target. All right. So very, very powerful stuff. There's also some other tools too that allow you to use open graph search in Facebook to harvest Facebook user IDs as well that you can also turn into custom audiences and target. Very, very, very powerful stuff, guys. So far so good. Yes, no, maybe so. All right, awesome, awesome, good, good, good. Jimmy, David, Bet. All right, I'm just making sure you guys are with me. All right, so here are a few different lists here that you can see that we created, and basically what you would want to do is after you uploaded that list, You can create a lookalike audience here. So you can see here, this is one list that I have. I believe it is 150,000. So I can say, okay, create lookalike audience. I want to use similarity. Okay, similarity. So basically, that means I'm telling Facebook to find people as similar as possible to the list that I've uploaded located in the United States. So I click on create audience. It's going to take a while for Facebook to gather that data, but when they do, I should have an audience size of anywhere between 1.5 to 2 million people or more that we can now go out and start targeting and running our ads to. All right, so very very powerful stuff. I mean, even if you wanted to, you can run specific targets. So let's say if you had someone or a group of people that you really wanted on your team or you really wanted to work in business with, you can really get granular and say, hey, are you currently working with such and such company? I would like to talk to you. Call me. I mean, there's all types of cool stuff that you can do. You just got to think outside the box but the possibilities are endless of what's available with Facebook with Facebook and their targeting here. So, all right, good stuff. So, I mean, there's a whole lot more that goes into this in terms of testing, tracking, and split testing. Again, that was one test campaign that we walked you through from start to finish. We showed you how to do custom audiences. We showed you how to do precise interest and targets. Um, we also discussed retargeting. I'm actually going to hop over there and kind of walk through that, and then I'll come back and then any questions you guys have, I'll answer those before we wrap up. So if you have questions, go ahead and start typing those in so that way I can go through the list here. So let's go over here to audience. I'm going to have to log out. I think I'm logging to the account right now. Log out. And I'll explain to you guys um, how this works here. So essentially, with Perfect Audience, what it allows you to do is build a retargeting list. Now, it's a little tricky in that if you're going to use Perfect Audience, you cannot just have a one-page website. You do need to have a fully built-out website, otherwise they'll deny your website. So that's just something that you need to know and understand before you open up your account. If you don't have a fully built out website, preferably a blog of some sort, because you can always use like short links or pretty links or something like that, but preferably a blog of some sort with content on it um, to uh, to get your initial site approved. So basically, one thing I would do is once you sign up for an account, it'll ask for a new site, and it'll look like this. You just want to do standard website, enter in URL, click on next, and that's pretty much it. Once that happens, then you're going to come over here to site tracking tag, and this is the code that you want to paste onto your landing page. All right, and basically this is going to drop a cookie on all the people who visit your page. So if they don't opt in, you can now begin to retarget those people with your banner ads, newsfeed ads. I'll show you a lot of the different ad types that you can create here. So if you wanted to create a different ad, you see here we have regular Facebook ads that you can use, all right? So these are right column ads, little small ones that you see on the right hand side. We also have newsfeed ads that you can create. You see your image can be up to 600 by 315, and you get a lot of the same features here that you do in Facebook. So if someone comes to visit your sites, they leave, you can stalk them in the news feed as well as on the right column. In addition to that, you can also run banner ads. So now if they go anywhere on the internet, whether they're outside of Facebook, if they're on some websites like CNN, whatever the case may be, you can retarget them there. So they'll see pretty much your ad everywhere you go. All right. So whether you're on Facebook or off of Facebook does not matter. All right. This is a great tool to re-engage traffic. Plus, A retargeting list you can run multiple offers to. Not only can you retarget them with the same initial offer which they clicked on, but once you have that retargeting list, consider it like an email list because you can always put your marketing message in front of them. All right, so that way you can have them top of mind. All right, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, great. All right, so I see we have some questions here, so I'm just going to kind of go down the line here and start answering questions. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. Their team checking out. Is there a team checking out each ad, or do they have some type of bot? They actually have people all over the world out that look at the ads. A lot of them are in third world countries. They have a set of rules that that the ads have to abide by. Some of them sometimes ads get through, sometimes they get denied. But yes, they are real people that are actually reviewing your ads. Okay. John B asked, is Trust Tracker included in the membership? No, Trust Tracker is just a third party WordPress script. You can go buy it. I think it's like $20 one time fee. You can go buy it and you can install it on many WordPress sites as you want to. It doesn't cost you like a month. So no, it's not included with the membership, but it's definitely worth picking up. All right, awesome. Totally, those that you choose are workhorses, while Facebook is the net. Right, that is the way to look at it. Demetrio, um, chaos you got here late. Are we going to do this again? No, we won't be doing this again. However, this is being recorded, so if you are a member of IM Tool Suite out there, you can be able to go and watch this in the archives. All right. Event Ash, she said the Power Editor is used in Chrome. Is that where we're going to download it? First, you just need to install Google Chrome. If you don't have Google Chrome, download that first. And then once you have that, then when you go to the Facebook Ads Manager, you'll see where it says Power Editor. If you click on it and you don't have it, there's a link there for you to go and install it. But it's just an add-on. It's an extension. It's a Chrome extension that gives you that full functionality. Okay. All right. Let's see here. At what point in the business building process is it advantageous to start paying for ads? Natalie, my thought process is it's a business, and the number one thing you have to do in business is customer acquisition. A lot of times when we get into business, especially home business, we get bogged down with busy work that doesn't make us money. And the thing that's going to make you money is sales. So it's never too early to start paying for ads. In fact, I suggest you get comfortable with buying traffic and buying your leads up front. Because if you start with that process in mind, you will develop an ROI mindset. I know there are a lot of free traffic generation strategies out there, but at the end of the day, folks, the quickest and fastest way to build a business online is to buy and pay for traffic and convert that traffic into sales and leads. Which brings me to a good point. I also said at the beginning of the call that we're going to reveal some of the things that we're working on collectively here at OneUp, and we're really putting something real cool together where basically we're going to be able to provide you with guaranteed leads. So, not only will you have the opportunity to buy clicks and traffic, but we're going to put people directly into your autoresponder. All right. So basically, you just tell us how many leads you want. Do you want, 100, 500, 1,000 leads? And they're going to be put directly into your autoresponder. These are high quality leads, traffic that will be generating everywhere from Facebook. We have a few different other traffic sources that we use and leverage, and you'll be able to get access to that. So, leads will not be a problem at all. The number one thing that you want to focus on is converting those leads into sales. And that comes through relationship and personality marketing, building a relationship with the people who are on your email list, communicating with them, communicating with them on an ongoing basis. All right. So that was a great question, Natalie. Ralph asked, how good are these leads? Do they convert into buyers? Absolutely. Ralph, I run a lot of traffic on Facebook, and people buy on Facebook. In addition to what we've done with IM Tool Suite, we've been able to generate sales and leads there. I sell $1,000 products from Facebook. I have some clients I'm working with. We've done $50,000 in sales last month alone from Facebook. So yes, Facebook traffic converts into sales. Absolutely. So great question. Jerry asked, would it be better to use um, Pretty Link and do a redirect to a different page after the ad is approved rather than use Trust Jacker? That's a great question, Jerry. And the reality is that you can actually do both. You can do both with Trust Tracker. The purpose of Trust Tracker is to leverage the is to leverage the authority of someone else's website. So entrepreneur.com, when someone comes there, their guard is not up. Okay, so their guard is not up. They're not on the defensive. Their guard is down, so they're less likely to just up and leave the page. They'll consume the content. So, but yes, once you have your ad approved, can you switch it and do redirect? Absolutely, you can do that. Javon asks, can you explain the difference between clicks to website and website conversion? Yes. So basically, if you tell Facebook that you want to focus exclusively on just getting clicks to your website, they're going to optimize your ads, especially if you're bidding OCPM. They're going to optimize your ads to get as many clicks as possible. Whereas if you tell it that you want to focus on conversions, it'll use conversion data as you get leads into your funnel to optimize your ads to focus exclusively on putting your ad in front of people that are more than likely to convert as opposed to just clicking. Okay, so those are the two differences there. What's the starter cost for perfect audience? Great question, John. What perfect audience they actually give you? They give you $25 in free advertising to run on Facebook. So it actually doesn't cost you anything. From there, you can actually just set a daily budget of how much you want to spend. All right.
Now, I just want to say something on that, Sam, with the perfect audience, because it's a great time to mention this, is that a lot of people don't realize that in OneUp, we automatically don't charge you guys anything extra. As a member, you automatically get all of your leads, all your advertising retargeted, and it's not cookied back. So if they're cookie to you, they're going to come to the website, and if you're running ads and you're running your own stuff, or you're in part of our co-op stuff, or whatever you're doing, it's going to come back to you guys, and we do that as part of extra that comes out of our pockets, not your guys's.
Awesome. Great point, Greg. All right. Jeff asks, do newsfeed ads tend to outpull right-hand ads? It's a great question, and actually, it depends. Yes, newsfeed ads generally do get a higher click-through rate, but it doesn't always necessarily outpull right-hand ads. I've had instances where we had the same ad, one running in the newsfeed, the other running in the right-hand column, and the right-hand column has outperformed it. So that's why I always create two variations, one for newsfeed desktop only, one for right-hand column desktop only, so that I can split test them against each other to determine, what's going to be the most effective way. Sometimes if they both perform, I'll keep both of them running. All right.
Sam, I had a quick question.
Sure.
Actually, probably a lot of people are thinking about this, but you see a lot of Facebook type of programs out there that are teaching different types of things. Now, I noticed, and one thing I'll tell you that I love about Sam being part of our in-house here and taking care of everything for us, is that Sam thinks outside the box, but a lot of people teach. When you go into a Facebook deal, they're going to teach you to make sure you keep your ad, the amount of people that you're targeting has to be real small. Can you touch on that just briefly? Like, why did you go to 8 million, 3 million? Because it kind of goes against almost all the other gurus out there and what they're teaching. So I was just curious about that.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I mean, basically, our objective is scale. You can make a lot of money with small audiences, especially if they have high customer value. However, uh, when we're running traffic for our clients, they want to be able to scale. So we focus on scale. So if I only have an audience of 5,000 or 10,000 people, that's too small of a pool to fish from. And plus, what will happen over time, especially with our bidding strategy, if you have a real small audience, they will keep seeing your ad over and over and over, which will reduce your click through rate over time. If you notice, when we're targeting big audiences, such as this, for example, our total audience size on this is 3.6 million. So out of 3.6 million people, this ad has been running since February the 20th. We only reached 20,000 people. So the lifespan of this ad is much, much longer because you can see here our frequency is only 1.1. So that means out of 20,000 people, our ad only seen 1.1 times, really only one time by that audience. Whereas, let's say if I had a smaller audience of only 10,000 and my campaign reach was 10,000 or excuse me or 20,000, that means that frequency would have been 4 times. So that would reduce our CTR much faster. So if you have a bigger audience, right, your ad won't get seen by the same person over and over again. So ad blindness doesn't become a factor until that frequency increases. Does that make sense?
Yep, very much so. Awesome. Yep.
Cool. So let's see. Kurt asks, "Do you do 100% Facebook then for your lead generation?" No, Facebook is not the only traffic source. I'm a believer of diversification. Although Facebook is one of the primary traffic sources, it's definitely not the only traffic source. We use other traffic sources such as PPB, and then there's also some other third-party networks that we go to as well. So great question, Kurt. But if you're just getting started with paid traffic, stay with Facebook, master Facebook before you move on to something else. Don't try to run traffic on 4 or 5 different networks, 4 or 5 different platforms. Facebook is enough to keep you busy for years. But start there and then expand. Ralph asks, unlike PPC ads or PPB, where people are probably looking for a specific topic, those people are focused on that. However, with Facebook, people are just browsing around. Does Facebook have an ad solution that targets what people are searching for in the top graph search box? It's a great question, Ralph. From what I understand,